let's get into today's topic. I'm going to talk to y'all about my few personal things that I've had to sacrifice in order to see growth in my business. It definitely affected my social life. A lot of your time goes into your business. What I would give to have some long nails, but it's like have fashionable nails or a bigger bag. It's not wrong for them to ask, to try, and it's also not wrong for you to tell them no. And anybody that wants to see you get there respects your craft, and they're gonna pay you regardless of who you are to them. I am spending money to make money. Most of the time, there isn't a week that goes by where I'm not in a hair store at least picking up one thing.
We're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that way, babe. Come one right away. Oh, right away. At first sight, I felt energy.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. On behalf of Braid, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Brittany, and today's video is a girl talk video. It's going to be a little different than most of my girl talks. I'm trying to kick back off the Life as a Braider girl talk series where I discuss different tips and tricks to help new braiders. So this will be another video under that playlist. But today I need to do my hair. I thought about doing like a hair video, then doing a girl talk video, but why not kill two birds with one stone? So we're gonna make it a conversational piece. And as I'm styling my hair, I'll be talking about today's topic. So I have a mirror set up right here, right beside the camera. So I'll kind of be turning this way ever so often to look at myself, but I'm talking to you guys, okay? So today's style is going to be really quick and easy. It is a sleek ponytail. If you're natural, this style can take quite a bit of work, but I've already knocked out about an hour of the task. I've done a hot oil treatment. I've deep conditioned my hair, shampooed it, and blow dried it. So it's already blown out, and I have it braided into 4 sections. I'm just going to take a loose each braid one by one, flat iron it. That'll be the first step that we do today. I'm going to straighten my hair real good. Then I'm going to mold it into a ponytail. I'm doing like a wavy curly ponytail. This is how it looks once it's fluffed and out of the pad. So yeah, I'm just going to do like a wavy ponytail, but I'm going to try to get my hair like as sleek and as nice pulled back as I can. But yeah, other than that, let's get into today's topic, which is sacrifices. Things that you should or may have to sacrifice in order to get to where you need to be with your business. My biggest question before we even get started on today's topic is, what are some things you are willing to sacrifice at the top of your mind when you think about, I'm about to start a business, or I've been in business for a minute and I want to see growth? What are some things I need to do, take away, to just make sure you get where you need to be? And as I'm doing my hair, I'm going to talk to y'all about my few personal things that I've had to sacrifice, readjust, or balance better in order to get where I needed to be and see growth in my business. But yeah, let's get into it. Quick disclaimer, if y'all new to my channel, my hair is very, very damaged. Very experienced with hair, but I do not take care of my own. I love putting heat on my hair. I'm natural, but my hair is severely heat damaged, so yeah. Just bear with me as we get through this flat iron process. As you can see, my hair is pretty much already detangled and ready to go. It just needs to be straightened a little better. I want my ponytail really, really slick, really, really clean and neat. So we're gonna get it as straight as I possibly can get it. As a young teen, the very first thing I realized that really was going to be affected in my life was my social life. It definitely affected my social life, and still to this day. As I'm older, as an adult, I'm 29 years old. Everyone around me in my friend group is mainly 30 and up. I'm at a point in my life where it's understood everybody around me should be getting that bread or whatever. Everybody around me is too busy to be worried about being up under me all the time. But as a teenager, wanting to go out to the movies on the weekend, wanting to change my hair, keep up with the trends, change my shoes, change my outfits. Part of me will shop for like multiple outfits. Part of me was like, I love having my own money. I love doing hair and being able to say, parents, take me to the mall. I got my own money for this, this, and that. But I hated missing out. I couldn't do hair on weekdays. And I was involved in extracurricular activities. So that was already out because after school, I was doing that. I only had Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays to do hair. And that's typically when all of my friends were going out, getting together, this, that, and the other. So if you're a young braider getting started, whether you're a college student, a high school student, shoot, I know little girls in middle school that have already found their skill, their talent, their passion, 12, 13, 14. So one of the main things I would say to y'all is you're gonna have to realize that you're gonna miss out on time with your friends. Friendships and relationships can be affected by having a hair business or a business in general, because a lot of your time goes into your business. You're working a lot. Because you make your own schedule, a lot of that can be adjusted or determined by you, like as far as when you make time for yourself, when you make time for your family, friends, significant other. But it's all about your goals. What goals are you trying to reach? Are you doing hair full time? That's your main source of income. That's the way you pay your bills. Or is it something you just do here and there? They get a little extra money. Depending on, what you're using your craft for will determine how much time you're able to put into your clientele and how much time you have for yourself. But for me, any opportunity I had to do hair outside of school or extracurricular, I always loved having my own money, being able to do things, not having to bother my parents for things. And so that meant that I was missing out on a lot. Also, when it comes to social life and being a braider or a business owner at a young age, one thing I really want to speak to y'all about when it comes to social settings is reputation. How you're presenting yourself outside of work also will affect your work. It'll affect your clientele, who comes to you. I feel like if you're talented, your work speaks for itself. People are going to come to you regardless if you're able to deliver and give them what they want. But the people you attract. As a business owner, you can sometimes put yourself in the limelight, especially like if you get big on social media. Beauty content right now are some of the easiest ways to trend, some of the easiest ways to blow up or draw people's attention. And the people around you may not always admire you in the way that you think they should or would. Sometimes people around you want to criticize you, want to see you fail. They respect you on certain levels because you're able to do certain things, but some people also envy that, and as a result, they're watching your every move. So when you're a business owner, a person in leadership, you want to be respected. You're offering a service and you want people to respect your craft. You have to present yourself a certain way, and that's on the clock and off the clock. Some of the things that I've sacrificed is acting a fool in public and thinking that people are going to respect me or respect my business. So one of the first things I had to do was separate my business page from my personal page, and I had to create like a hair page for myself so that all of my content and everything that I wanted to represent as it pertains to business had its own space to shine. And when I want to be myself, have my social life, post my pictures where I'm showing a little skin, whatever the case may be, my social life had its own area to shine. So there's just certain things you'll give up. And it may be small things, a few small things, but these are things to consider when you really want to see growth in your business and growth in the type of clientele that you're building. It's very important that from the beginning of establishing your business, you go ahead and start attracting the clientele that you want, because a lot of the people that you attract in the beginning are going to be the people that stick with you forever. But yeah, very first thing I wanted to talk to y'all about was social life. Your social life will definitely be affected. I feel like when it comes to friendships and relationships, the older you get, even if you do find yourself 25 and up or in my age group and you have that circle of friends or that boyfriend that just wants all of your time, you have to find balance. You have to be able to say, okay, these are my hours from 9 to 5. I have my shop going. I'm in my studio or I'm in my home, and I'm going to take appointments from 9 to 5. After 5, that's my time with my man. That's my time with my friends. That's my time with myself, and stick to those hours. Or I don't work on weekends, or I don't work every other weekend. I give myself 2 weekends out of the month to myself. Or there may be one Friday. Sometimes I'll take a random Friday or a random Saturday every month. Just that one day to myself to do whatever I want to do. That's also the time of the week in Atlanta where I'm located, where a lot of things are going on, whether it's not really like the club life. Every so often I will go out to a lounge and hang out, but for the most part, for me, in the era of life that I'm into festivals, concerts. I want to go out and network, so networking events, brunch here and there. A lot of those things take place on the weekend, and so I have to make time for it. Like a lot of that stuff, if they drop dates months out, I plan out when I'm gonna take a random Friday. But I also have to be careful as a beauty person, because if there's a festival coming in town and I know I want to look cute for it, every other girl in the city wants to look cute for it too. And that's my time to get in clientele that I wouldn't normally get. So it's all about balance and making sacrifices once again. But moving on from social, a lot of that stuff is self-explanatory. We're gonna talk about nails. Yeah, the next thing I want to talk to y'all is about nails, because that's another thing that I learned early on I cannot do. And over time, with like experience, building speed, you know, learning how to work with different hair and how to maneuver, I slowly, gradually was able to move into wearing nails. But at first, I couldn't wear nails at all. If I was really trying to braid and get a client out of my house for real, when I first started off, it would take me a whole day, 9 to 10 hours to do somebody's hair. And if I had on nails, you could forget it. You was there from sun up to sundown. So I had to let go of nails altogether. And then what I'm saying is, years into the game, I started in high school. By the time I got to college, I was wearing full sets, but wearing shorter sets. What I would give to have some long nails, to be able to hear my fingers click clack all day. But it's like, have fashionable nails, have long, loud, fashionable extendo nails, or a bigger bag. Look good on a daily basis with the type of sets that I truly want, or be able to zip through these clients and get this money, figure out what's most important. I'm to a point now where, again, I can wear nails. I can probably braid with any length, but it's still going to affect my speed. I would be lying if I sat here and told y'all, no matter how long I wear my nails, I'm a goat in this. I can braid anybody's hair with my nails way out here. Like, no, that's just something I had to give up. Almost 2 decades into braiding, I still have not been able to master braiding with long nails. So if you're one of those girls that love your super long sets, you like all the extra bling and razzle dazzle, I have to put it on my ring finger, because my ring finger is not really affected when I braid. Like, it doesn't really get in the way too much as like my pointer finger or my thumbs would. I'm able to kind of get through a braid without any stones on my ring finger blocking anything. But for those of you who like the bedazzled, the jewels, the heavy charms all over every single finger, that can't happen when you braid. So that's another quick, easy no-no. I can tell y'all in the beginning, you're going to be giving it up real soon. You can try it out, see how it works for you. And maybe your clients don't mind sitting and hearing that click-clacking all day to get through an appointment. But you will soon find out, baby, the quicker you pop them bad boys off and realize that the short sets just work better, you ain't going to go back. You ain't gonna go back, and I don't think you're gonna miss them. Like, at the end of the day, they're cute to look at, but I honestly love my shorter sets. But with maturity, you learn to give up certain things too, just for a greater purpose. Certain things you don't have to have. So yeah, we running through this real quick. I'm so glad I blow dried my hair real good off camera. One thing I also want to touch on, which I should have spoke about when we first talked about social life, I also wanted to talk more about those personal relationships that may be affected, because not only will you be sacrificing time, but you also may lose a few along the way. I've realized that some people, they get close to you and they think that because they're close to you, they're supposed to get certain things out of you. Some people don't want to pay. Some people want to pay you but underpay. Not acknowledge your worth. So you may have to drop a few losers on the way. I did talk to y'all about how it's hard for some people to see you shine, see you grow, and you may have to disconnect with a few people that aren't on your level. But there's also people that you may have to check, you know, offering services that a lot of people need every day. Women change their hair every day. You're doing something that can benefit a lot of different people in a lot of different ways, and there are going to be people to try it. They are going to try it. And I'm not saying you cut anybody off that asks you for a favor. It's not wrong. It's not wrong for them to ask, to try. And it's also not wrong for you to tell them no. You know, you could take a few favors from time to time, but we're talking about growth here. We're talking about really accomplishing some things. There's so much my mom has done for me. I wouldn't dare charge her, but because she knows that this is something that makes me money, the time I take up in doing her hair could be anybody else supporting my livelihood. You know, when most people sit in my chair, regardless of who they are to me, I will say that my village, for the most part, supports me. It may be a family member or a friend that offers a service, a particular thing that I want, or they may look out for me or have looked out for me in a way that, you know, doing their hair from time to time for free doesn't bother me. But I will say, on your way to the top, as you're building, as you're growing, don't feel obligated to treat anybody to any freebies. Don't feel wrong. Don't feel guilty. Don't let them get in your head about it. It's another sacrifice. Quote your price. Stand on business on how you feel and what you're worth. And if they want to mess with you, they will. If they don't want to pay your price, then they can go find somebody else. Another thing that you're gonna have to sacrifice, which is something that's pretty obvious if y'all keep up with my vlogs weekly in my vlogs, I am spending money to make money. I'm constantly in the hair store, getting supplies, getting equipment. A lot of the styles that I offer require quality products in order to execute quality work. So I'm constantly in the hair store replenishing those products. When it comes to equipment, pretty much like as far as my ring light, mirrors in my room, the seats my clients sit in, the TV stands, the shelves that I hold my equipment on. Once you buy that stuff can last you for years. Things like this, you purchase one time and it may cost you 30, 40, 50 bucks. But once you have it, if you can take care of it, it'll last you a while. It's these freaking products. Most of the time, there isn't a week that goes by where I'm not in the hair store at least picking up one thing. Something always comes up where I need something. If I do a good thorough haul where I'm spending, and when I say thorough, that can cost me anywhere from $150 to $250 on products. On days like that where I go crazy like that in the hair store, I can be straight for a couple weeks, sometimes 3. But for the most part, there's always something I need from the hair store. Everything that you need, you supply for yourself. And sometimes when you don't want to spend the money, that $100 that you spend in the hair store, it can be a night of drinks, a night out with your friends when you have free time. But instead, that free time you're spending in the hair store blowing money on your business. Some of the things I really have learned to sacrifice is budgeting my money and making sure that a lot of the money that I'm bringing in, I'm responsible with, and knowing that it does have to get the bills paid. Part of it will be for my enjoyment. I make sure I make time to either buy myself something or take myself somewhere, do something. But also it has to go back into the business, and a decent percentage at that. Yeah, be willing to spend some money, especially if you're trying to put out quality work. Some of the cheaper products don't even bother. Like, don't even bother looking at them. They're going to notice a difference in their hairstyle when they came to you the first time where you had the good products versus the next time where you went cheaper. So another thing I would say is, if you're going to go big with it, you got to stick with it too, because you want to stay consistent in the work that you're putting out. I am the worst with middle parts. I am horrible at this. It don't matter if it's myself or a client. I'm gonna do that middle part 50 times. So please bear with me, y'all. Okay, I think I got it how I want it. Now we just gonna section off the back and start molding this thing. And for my mold, I only use a holding spray. It's typically got to be spray, but I ran out, so we gonna use the red free spray. This right here is what we'll be using to mold the ponytail. And then as I mold each section, I seal it with a rubber band. And I may have to stop pretty frequently, y'all, to blow dry it as well. That is part of the molding technique. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about, and I don't really know if it's much of a sacrifice, but it will be affected by your work life when you run a business, and that is your mental and physical health. Your mental and physical health will be affected when you're running a business, especially being a braider with the long hours that we work. A lot of the times with the length and sizes and some of the physical wear and tear that we have to take on in order to achieve these styles, whether it's bending our back, stretching our back to get those braids where we need to get them, how we need them to look. the first thing I want to talk about when it relates to health and some of the things that will be compromised or sacrificed is the physical health. I stand on my feet. My back when I first started versus how my back feels now. Yeah, big difference. Now, some of that just comes with age. You know what I'm saying? Pushing 30 and stuff. My back, the way I'm able to drop it low, pick up heavy loads and all of that stuff, it definitely affects me different than it did when I was 18 or 19. But I would say make time for quarterly massages. That's something I haven't done in a long time, y'all. I haven't gotten a massage in over a year, and I can feel it. Like, my body is definitely feeling the effects of that. I need to go get a massage ASAP, honestly. Foot and full body. But yeah, my feet hurt a lot of time. My fingers cramp up from time to time. Just physical wear and tear on your body. Just styling hair all day, and sometimes something I definitely felt like I needed to touch on just briefly. I have a video where we talk about, you know, the physical pain of doing hair, and I talked to y'all about some of the tricks that I practice on a regular basis to help eliminate a lot of that, whether it's posture, posture correctors, I soak my hands, different things like that. Plenty of ways that you can get through it. I'm not speaking on it in a way like, oh yeah, once you start braiding, forget about your back. You're gonna have back issues the rest of your life. No, it's not anything like that. What I'm saying is a job where you may sit down all day and type on a computer, or just a job where, I don't know, because even then you can have issues, you know, sitting down all day, hemorrhoids and all kind of stuff can occur. But I can only speak for me. We're not going to talk about the other jobs. I'm just going to tell y'all about what I've noticed and some of the things that have affected my life from hair braiding. And it's definitely some physical sacrifices that come into it. We work long hours on our feet, even when I'm sitting in a chair, bending my back, stretching, and all of the above that I already talked to y'all about constantly for hours. So yeah, that's that. And then the mental health stuff just comes from dealing with women all day, or, you know, I take on men and kids as well. I'm not one of those hairstylists that discriminates, y'all. I braid all ages. Well, not all ages. I braid kids hair ages 3 and up. And working long hours where I'm talking to people all day, sometimes it can be therapeutic for me, because the same way my clients are talking to me, I'm talking to them. And sometimes I get a chance to vent about certain things that I'm going through and hear other perspectives. And a lot of times it's unbiased, because outside of sitting in my chair, they really don't know me or take up time with me, so they can only go off of what I'm saying about myself and what I'm saying about the characters in my story or in my life. And, you know, in that particular way, I'm exercising my mental health in a way where I'm able to vent and get some things off my chest. But on days where it's client after client, when life just is hitting everybody at once, and all day long somebody's sitting in your chair telling you about what they're going through, how their man got them messed up, how their kids need this, and they child tried them with that, it's a lot. It can be a lot. When I shut off this light and I leave this room at the end of the day, and I go to my bed or I go to my shower most days, I am drained. It be to the point I don't even want to take calls from nobody else. I'm currently in a selfish stage in my life anyway, where I only have room to focus on myself. So I don't spend a whole lot of time chit-chatting on the phone and gossiping and taking on too much anyway. But because I deal with my clients all day, if there is a day where I get off the phone and I just miss my friend and want to talk, or child, I be mentally exhausted. I be drained. And I don't think that's something that I would have experienced in another career. At work, people that work 9 to 5s, you interact with your coworkers. If you work customer service jobs, you interact with the customers. But that's in and out, maybe 10 minutes at a time, 30 minutes at a time. I'm talking 5-6 hours with the same person with multiple issues. I be over it. I love y'all, but my heart and mind just be full at the end of the day. I be like, I need a drink. I need my bed. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody in my own personal life, because I've been too busy coaching y'all. And my clients, a lot of my clients are older than I am, but some of them just want to be heard. And I'm okay with that. I love people. I enjoy talking about relationships. I enjoy learning different people, how they think, how they move. I learn a lot from my clients, but I will say it can be challenging at times. So I find myself sometimes trying to filter the conversation. Maybe I know of a good series that I want to watch that just came out, and if I know it's a client that always like to talk or always like to dump on me, and I know that particular day I'm just not emotionally available for any of that, I'll wait till that client comes to start up that show. And I know it's something that'll catch both of our attention. And instead of spending hours talking about their issues, I got a show that we can just dive into and escape reality real quick or something like that. But I will say this to my young clients that are watching: you are going to have a lot of people that come in your chair and share business with you, and they may share business with you about other people that you may know. Let's just say you go to high school and you're doing somebody's hair and they got beef with somebody else that goes to your high school. It's your job as their stylist, to keep all of that junk confidential. It don't even matter if you're neutral in the situation, you cool with both parties. Please be careful about that, because there's something about just having a woman's hands in your hair. Just, we feel safe, we feel comfortable, and we get the gap in that mouth. Hours go by and you get bored and you just start talking, and people get to venting and they don't realize it sometimes. And so you want to be trustworthy. You also want to be careful, and don't be afraid to tell somebody, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to talk about that. I'm cool with that person. I don't want to hear what you have to say about them. I don't have no issue with them. I don't have no issue with you. But I don't want to hear that. I don't want to feel responsible for knowing that information if it get back to the person that you told me. A lot of that goes on, y'all. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot that we don't think about. We see the money it brings in. As I stated in the beginning of the video, we see the attention that it brings in, the traffic that it brings in. Like as far as posting hair content, or just people around you knowing that you're skilled, whether it's anything that you do, any talent. We talking athletics, whether you're in sports, you're putting something out there good about yourself, and people come around you and gravitate to you because of what you can offer. A lot of this goes on. A lot of people are there for you and they're really for you. Some people are around you just for what they can get from you. Just be careful about the conversations you're having, who you're letting in your circle, who you're letting around you, and how you present yourself as well. I'm always trying to find ways in this series to bring awareness to certain things that new braiders may not think about, things that I wish I would have known from the beginning. So that's all this video was. I've just been meaning to get on camera one day and just talk to y'all about some of the things that we can do differently, or we may sacrifice or go through on a daily basis just to make other people feel pretty, just to do the job that we do every day. So yeah, because I have a little bit ways to go and not a whole lot to talk about, I'm gonna speed up the clips, probably just play some soft music and let y'all see me finish my hair, continue to watch me get through it, but we just gonna speed it up a little bit. Speed it up, speed it up. So we've pretty much reached the end of the video, you guys. I continue to repeat the same steps that y'all have been seeing me do. I comb it, kind of get it in place, brush it, spray it with the freeze spray, probably brush it again, and then I go over it with my blow dryer to mold it and kind of harden it a little bit. And this is just how I place my hair into position for my ponytail. I don't actually attach the ponytail in this video. After I end up slicking it back, I wrap it up with a scarf. I sit under my hair dryer for about an hour and I go to bed. I don't attach the ponytail until the next day, and that sucks. I should have came back and recorded like a final look so y'all can see how it looked once the hair was attached. But this video was mainly just to talk about sacrifices while I was sitting still. I had a topic on my heart that I wanted to talk about, and I definitely want to open up the comment section to get your opinions about some things that you have sacrificed as a stylist, just to let other ladies know that are getting started some of the things that they may be facing with running a successful business. And that will conclude the video. If you made it this far in this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I love you all and see you in the next video.